What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Ling, Infestor to Good Master. In the last episode, we figured out a very important detail for ZVP. We went from having no chance in the macro game against having even more than just a chance in an even worse situation. So that was awesome. Today, I want to continue that trend. Let's begin. Game 1 is going to be against an exactly 5,000 MMR Terran. Now, I feel like I've seen this name before, or maybe it is... I think it was rather the clan tag plus the portrait, so it's possible we played this person before and they changed their name. I really have no recollection of what kind of game that might be. I know, crazy, right? I think a lot of you think I have some kind of ultra memory that I also always remember every single game, but this one I can't quite remember. Could have even been in a challenge ages ago, like I actually wouldn't know. Now, sometimes when I say that, the opponents do a build that kind of sparks something in me. Like maybe if I see him go for like a low ground 2x Reaper or something. Oh yeah, it's the bio guy or whatever, you know. Sometimes that does happen. Now I think this is our first ZVT in a couple episodes. At least in the last one we didn't play a ZVT. So I think it's going to be fun to see how that is going to go again. Because yeah, in the last episode I feel like we figured out ZVP. No, I wouldn't say figured out completely because... I mean, you know, within the limits of the challenge, we have figured it out. Outside of the challenge, I think we're still going to be losing a lot of games, of course, but we'll see. But in ZVT, I think we're definitely going to go Overlord Speed against the Protoss. I skipped it a couple times because I didn't actually need it against Terran. I think I will definitely need it. But playing against Terran, it's really quite interesting from the Zerg POV. Like, I've played it a lot from the Terran POV. But from the Zerg POV, it's kind of like... they have all these super sneak attacks that if you don't see them coming, you might die right away. But if you see them coming, you can actually hold them by doing very simple stuff like starting another round of queens or making a simple spine. It feels like the difference between getting freaking obliterated and winning the game is often not very big at all, so I guess we're going to have to see. This is an extremely early worker scout, by the way. That does lead me to believe that he might know who we are, because... SCV scouting that early doesn't really exist against Zerg at all. The only reason I can imagine that exists is because you think someone is going to cheese the heck out of you. Which, you know, fair enough. If you know who I am, then that makes sense. That is a slightly late command center. But that is it really that late just because... that would actually be funny. Imagine if it's that late just because he's, you know, he SCV scouted that early. That'd be pretty brutal. Now, the Reaper could take this path. I guess we're going to have to see. Looks like we're going to be fine for now. And then I'm going to start Ling speed right away. I don't think we need Overlord speed that fast. I have gotten it that fast a couple times, but I really don't think we need it. Queen is going to finish just in time, so we don't have to worry about anything, and that's going to make this very, very pleasant. I think I could... yeah, I'll go for a double queen. I could have gone for the third hatchery too right away, but this is actually quite comfortable. So we're going to deny this SCV, building that command center for a while. This is really annoying. He's probably going to pull his Reaper back. And this also means that he's going to take... this is actually a really big deal, by the way. And I know this because I'm a Terran player at heart, right? Or at least that's my main race. I don't even know if I'm still a Terran player at heart. But this is also going to cause a decent amount of supply block after this. Let's see, can I get that? Probably barely not. So this was really, really good for us. Now I'm going to take that base already. And I'm going to start Overlord speed right away after that queen finishes. Gonna put down a creep doomer here as well. I have enough queens to survive. Oh, dude. Okay, that's actually a little annoying. What happened is I made the hatchery, and then I held down my drone button to make drones with the remaining minerals. But then the hatchery canceled at that exact moment, and I spent all my minerals in drones, which I guess in the end is really not that bad, of course, but it was a little bit of a mistake. I was trying to jump down there. I'm afraid you can't. That's not... This map has a lot of jump-up spots, but that is not one of them, unfortunately for him. Now, I think I'm going to scout with my Overlord now. He did go for extra Marines a little fast, which could mean that we're playing against some kind of... I was going to say bailing all in, but hellbed attack, I wanted to say. Let's see. Yeah, this is quite sus what he's doing. It doesn't really look like a standard Terran build at all, so I'm getting a little bit afraid of some kind of attack. Is he going to try to defend with siege tanks or something? That is very, very unusual. So he has a lot of Marines. He has a siege tank. I guess technically he could try to go for like a big drop somewhere. From my POV as Terran, I think you usually just stop this by making more queens. So I guess that's just exactly what I'm going to do. I'm even going to make double Evo. to show that I really don't need, you know, a lot of defenses here. Could be wrong, of course, but without an armory, I don't think we have to be too scared. Gonna make the double gas here as well. Oh, that actually wasn't finished yet. It's my bad. Just making a couple more depots. Just make sure I have creep in the corner of my base as well. I can put down one there too. Let's see, spread creep here as well. Double E. Yeah, okay. So he's just playing. This basically just looks like a overly safe macro build. That's what this is. Like, you really don't need the tank and stuff like that so early, but I guess he is aware of that I'm gonna try and cheese the crap out of him, so he's playing ultra defensive, and I guess that should theoretically put us in a good spot. I am being really greedy, by the way. I don't have a single Zergling right now. I cannot look, my F2 button is grayed out. I literally cannot press it if I wanted to, so I guess that is a sign that you are being a little bit greedy for sure. I'm gonna send 4 drones over here. And then soon, I guess, I do want to do like a big Ling drop or something. Like, I don't want him to get up there for free. Like, he's going to play bio with tanks most likely. And I guess if I don't have infestors for the fungals, that could be a problem later. I'm going to get my 4th hatch already. So far, I still haven't made a single unit other than a queen and those initial Zerglings that we built, of course. I'm just going to keep doing some double injects so I don't miss out eventually. I play Zerg the easiest way possible. Like, I don't even try to inject properly, you know? Like, I just inject as many times as possible so I can forget about that safely later on, pretty much. Now, I started making Zerglings. I think it's probably a good time for me to get a big Overlord drop going. He's gonna lose that Viking pretty much for free now. Actually, didn't bring all my queens. I thought there was another queen here. Now it might escape. I think it's barely gonna escape. Yeah, it's gonna escape, so well done by him. It's actually a move I don't really like just because it doesn't really do anything. Like, a landed Viking kills probes fast, but besides that, it doesn't really kill anything fast. So I'm gonna make an infestation pit as well. For this to be my first attack is definitely a little bit crazy. He could be moving across the map right now and have a big bio army in front of my base, and that could be scary. My supply, by the way, is way higher than it normally is, so that is pretty good news. That means that we're doing pretty well here. I'm gonna start my extra upgrades as well. I think man, if I killed that Viking kill, I didn't think it was gonna be important, but it might actually matter in the end because he could have the... Yeah, no way it mattered! No! That is just... That is so messed up, honestly. That is actually messed up. A freaking Viking. Me not microing my queens properly matter. That is actually just messed up. He's going for a Raven, which is a little crazy. I think his Marines... Oh, they do have 1-1 already. I think I'm just going to have to split these. Like, I do want to do damage no matter what, so I'm going to get in here anyway. I have my Zerglings in the 3rd base now as well. These ones are actually doing a pretty decent amount of damage in the main mineral line. I'm going to fly these away for a little bit. Try to get in here with the others. Okay, he only has... Oh, no, he actually had a couple more units here than I thought. That would have been very, very beautiful if he didn't. Now I'm going to click a couple more queens over here. My Zerglings definitely did... Oh, he was move commenting that. My Zerglings did a really good amount of work there. And now I think I'm going to go for the same move again. I would actually be a little surprised if he would... keep his... Oh, there's mules. 3 fresh mules. That's 600 minerals down the drain. Look at that. I would be surprised if he would keep his Viking in the same spot. I actually think that would be a little bit surprising. Now, at this point, I still only have 60 workers, so I do have to be very careful here. Let's get my Overlord homies over here. And then I'm going to make the same move again. It would have been so nice if I actually killed that freaking Viking, man. I can't believe that is going to make a difference now. That is so crazy to me. Let's see. Okay, Queen should be able to kill that. Fungal's going to be massive, though. There we go. There's a really big Fungal. Gonna get another one out on those Marines. Let's see. And another one downtown there. If I can kill this tank, that would actually be super nice already. There we go. You guys go towards the main base, and then I just retreat for the moment. Gonna get another really big Fungal. Look at that Fungal. Oh, my goodness. Yo, wait. Oh, I barely couldn't split those in time. That's unfortunate. We cleaned up his push while sending 1 million links to his main at the same time. Man, are we actually evolving as a Zerg player? Like, this is actually so good. And Tutu is gonna finish together with this drop as well, guys. Tutu actually finished like right now. That is so crazy. The Lings are in the main. This bunker is gonna be surrounded. I have so many Zerglings here already. He's gonna try to deal with this. Maybe I can kill his E-base, actually. That would be a pretty nice pick off here. Let me just go back a little bit and wait for... my Infestors to show up. I feel like that would be a good idea. So we're gonna get the eBay. Please kill that eBay first. That is not what I wanted to click on, Overlords. You're absolutely doing nothing right now besides ruining me. I'm gonna drop you over here. One of those eBays is probably gonna die. At least I hope so. Doesn't... Oh no, it actually lived through the repair, but he is gonna lose this base at the same time now. And all in all, this became a very successful attack. Let me see if I can kill these Widow Mines. That would be a nice pick-off. Don't want to risk... Oh, if he's going to follow me, then I can get some really big fungals again. Look at that. The fungals are absolutely disgusting. I can now bait these Widow Mines with just a couple Zerglings, and we are going to do it. All right, very, very nice. A 5k Grandmaster Terran, and we obliterated him with Ling Infestor. And I feel like this was pretty much perfect play, guys. Like, we read his build very well. I knew this was mostly because of my Terran expertise, of course, not my Zerg expertise. I knew from that he was playing a little bit too safe, so I droned up really heavily. I had more supply than I ever had. Creep spread wasn't great, but it was enough to see the attack coming in time. The first Ling drop did a decent job. I kind of brought him off balance, put a lot of KLs, killed some mules at the back end, and then in the end, I was super patient with my fungals, with my Lings, drop in the main, hitting with 2-2. This was freaking art. Let's go to game number 2. The second game is against... Hey, we played against this guy recently in the No Warp Gate Challenge, and he indeed did do, like his name suggests, his name is obviously the hotkey for Roach. He did a massive Roach all-in, and that is one of the things that is the hardest to play against for me in this Ling Infestor challenge. Now, we did have that one episode 2 episodes ago where we beat 3 Zergs in a row, and we played very, very well. Can we do that again? I don't know. So the problem is when playing against this guy, I feel like this guy's build pretty much counters all of my challenges. Because what he did is he just played a little greedy, went to like 60 drones, and just did a massive Roach Hydra all in. And you guys know with the Ling Infestor challenge, if you watched a couple episodes before, if they just get too many roaches, I just can't do anything with the Zerglings anymore. But there is a little bit of an opportunity for outplay and stuff like that, right? So I guess we'll see. I wonder how it will go with the Raven Widowmine as well. Like, could I get my planetaries up in time and stuff to actually defend that? I'm quite curious. And might actually accidentally find our new nemesis. I don't even know if this is a real account or just someone's off-race Zerg or a secondary Zerg account where he just feels like doing massive roach all-ins and stuff. It's very possible. And that could just very well be my new nemesis. I suppose we'll see. Now, I'm going to go for this opening here as I usually do. It's just that the opening gives me the most queens early on, so I don't really have to think too much about defending weird stuff early on. Don't really have to worry about it. Now, I don't exactly remember how we played in that one episode where I popped off in the ZVZ. I want to say that I probably did a single Evo. At some point, I was playing double Evo, but I didn't actually like it that much. I mentioned that one of my viewers did the math at some point on how many upgrades actually matter for Zerglings against Roaches, and the answer was actually not that many. I think the initial 1-1 is pretty good, especially if you get it fast, and then after that, it doesn't really matter much anymore. You can get attack upgrades. Attack upgrades are always going to help, but realistically, you know, if my opponent gets to the late game and gets a lot of Roach Hydra, I will just need a million spines and probably some Infestors, and I don't even know if I should be making anything else. I guess we'll see. Now, I don't know if, because of the way he played against my Protoss, if he's going to do the exact same against my Zerg, right? Like, that is by no means for sure. It looks like he did the exact same build as me, so he went for the Extractor Trick Hatchery first, and typically when people do that, they go for a 1-1 Roach time, or I think it's just +1, just 1 Evo, right? Yeah, +1 Roach speed timing. That would also be pretty difficult to hold for sure. I think I can maybe skip one of my queens and get the Evo a little faster. I'm going to hide the Evo down here. I think that's a nice place. I think if he's going to go for that attack, my best possible strategy would be to, I think, saturate 2 full mineral lines, actually go up to 3 bases, and just spam Zerglings like freaking crazy, like absurd amount of Zerglings. and just try to destroy his first push. If the first push is even an even trade, it's already going to be quite bad for us because I won't be able to make enough links. He's going to make the evolution chamber there already. I think we're definitely going to go for attack. I feel like attack is going to be pretty useful here. I'm just going to keep making drones. I haven't made anything else yet. I'm actually banking this entirely on him sticking true to his name, to be honest. Like, I'm not really, you know, playing super safe right now at all. I haven't seen a Roach Warren yet, which is a little surprising. Like, the fact that he didn't send out Zerglings yet makes me a little sus as well. I guess I could check again one more time. I feel like if I lose one Overlord, even then I could already die, though. So I'm going to keep this Overlord in a little bit of a safer spot. He does see I'm going for a third base now. That has to be a Roach Warren, I imagine, right? Yeah, it is indeed a Roach Warren. Now, we have a couple options. I could make Zerglings already, or I could make a couple more drones. I think 35 is pretty much exactly what I need. You can tell that he's already preparing to just go... Like, he's not even trying to hide it, I think. Honestly. I mean, if he's going for mind games, then respect. But it doesn't even look like he is going to go for mind games. I think I'm going to start 2 spines at some point. Because without the spines, it might be just a little too hard. I think that is fair enough. I'm just going to make more and more Zerglings. At some point, we're going to see him move out. I think 2 spines, like, I know it feels a little... yeah, maybe a little crazy because my own eco is not that great. But this guy still hasn't made a third base. I mean, at this point, maybe he did build it already. Let's see. Okay, so he's going to build it now. I think he's going to go for a really big attack. And then after that, we're not going to be quite sure. I'm going to make another hatchery over here. So I'll have production from 4 hatcheries. That sounds about right. Can I... I really don't think I can fight his roaches right away. That is the thing. See, I can definitely inject this one. My supply is going to be way lower than his because I'm making roaches against Zerglings. Or Zerglings against roaches, rather. Let's see. He's not moving across the map yet, or if he is, I have missed it, which is actually very possible, by the way. I did just see a little blip on the map. Could always just be an Overlord, though. I'm not quite sure. I'm going to get armor upgrades now. He's hunting this with the Queen. God, this is such a hard decision. I'm actually very close to just running across the map myself as well. How many links do I have? I think I might as well go up to like 100 Zerglings, to be honest. Like, I'm still waiting for him to show me anything, right? He's still just spreading creep, probably just still making roaches and stuff. I still didn't make my lair, by the way. And okay, the roaches are going to come across the map now. It is like I expected, a lot of roaches. Let me try to move these a little closer. Should I bring my queens? I don't think I should bring my queens, actually. I feel like the queens might make it a little bit... like, I don't want to lose them too early, right? Okay, so it's going to go in really hard, and I'm going to go for a massive surround. We're not going to get... Oh, actually, a pretty good surround. I thought we were going to get trapped in the mineral line, but we're going to get a massive surround with +1 links, and there we go. All those roaches are going to get absolutely annihilated, and that is a really good start for us. In fact, I didn't even kill all of the roaches. I didn't even realize that. I didn't even kill all of the freaking roaches. And now let's see if we can get the third base. If I can get the third base, that'd be massive. I don't think we can, to be honest, but I guess we'll see. What does he have over here? He's still just making... He doesn't even have any kind of eco here whatsoever. Do I make more links, or do I actually get drones? I think I probably make drones at this point. I'm just going to make sure to kill the third base, and then we'll back off. And this was... a very successful start for sure, right? I'm going to make a lair now. I think... ideally, I go up to like 50 drones, but that might be a little much, actually. Oh, don't want to fight too early. Keep in mind, the links, it's easy to overestimate them, right? Against the roaches. It really is pretty easy. Like there, I was banking Zerglings for a very long time. My opponent, luckily for us, stuck true to his name, and we got a massive surround, but you still have to be very careful playing Zerglings against roaches, of course. I'm gonna run by with those again. If like, he could always go for like Mutalisk at some point, but I don't think he would do that, but he could. Let's see. He's still spamming roaches. I'm gonna go up to 50 drones now, which is a little scary. No, do not do that. But that's going to mean that I have full saturation on these bases that I have right now. I think I'm actually going to make another Evo here. And then I'll just keep spamming drones again. I don't know why my hatcheries weren't rallied properly. Please just go over here, my friend. That's literally all I want you to do. And now I could go for the extra upgrades, but I'm not quite sure I should, honestly. Like, I can afford, I think it's 350 or 375 or so to get those upgrades. He doesn't have an extra upgrade yet himself. Looks like he is trying to go for it, though. Maybe I can cut off reinforcements. Let's see. He's going to come back with a little bit, it seems like. He's going to have some roaches here. That makes a lot of sense, of course. And then I'm going to run by and get a massive surround on his army again. Here we go. The surround is incoming. And I have so many Lings. Like, he does have the kind of roach count where the surrounds might not matter as much anymore. But I do feel like we're taking a pretty good fight here against half his army for now. Let's see. Oh, did he get an upgrade? He got +2 attack. Okay, so my Lings are dying pretty fast. I guess my armor upgrade doesn't matter anymore. And this is exactly what I'm talking about, guys. You guys probably thought that it was going really well for me. But these roaches, you just cannot really counter them with Zerglings at some point anymore. I'm actually going to move these forward. Maybe I can bait him in a little bit. Barely. Okay, we did actually get a little bit of a better wrap around. That is nice. I do have a lot of production. I think I have more eco than him for sure. But it looks like the Roach All-In is still gonna do it. And if you guys ever wanted proof that my strategy shouldn't work in ZVZ, I think we have arrived at the proof. Because this, I don't think I could have played this any better. Like, quite literally, I think this is the best we're gonna play it. But the Mass Roach style is probably unbeatable. I think I could have made some more spine. Like, at some point, like, let's check. I don't think he has drones, right? Okay, he did make a couple. Oh, actually, only 51. Yeah, so he barely had any drones. I don't know when he made them. Let's quickly check. Yeah, exactly. So he was all-inning without any drones here. He made those later. I think even if things are going this well for us, we still have to make spines. Like, literally, we can only win this if we have just the amount of spines we need and he attacks into them, right? Like, let's say I have 8 spines here. My eco would be absolutely freaking garbage, but then we can do counterattacks and maybe get in here. Without mass spines, I think we can conclude, I think everyone watching this game can conclude there is absolutely zero chance you can win. Because here, this really couldn't have gone any better. We absolutely annihilated his first attack. We killed his third base. We droned up to 51 at a good time. So we had saturation here. The 2 spines popped off. I had enough. As you can see, my macro is very clean here, and his macro was not even that clean. He had so much money in the bank still. So this really is a conclusion that you cannot beat roaches with just the Lings. You can only beat them with a lot of spines and maybe infestors later. And Lings are going to have to be with the counterattack. But I'm still proud of my effort. We still learned a bit here. Let's go to the final game. The final game is going to be against another Terran. Now, after that first game, I actually feel a little more comfortable against Terran. We got, I think, 45 MR or so from that game, which is pretty hefty. Now, obviously, some styles are just going to work better against me and some are going to work worse. That guy's style, I think, played into my hands a little bit. He didn't do anything aggressive that I couldn't defend with my limited unit set. And I guess that kind of style where you play, like, super safe, it's not really very good against Zergs that know how to scout and what they're doing. Like, if you would play against the best Zerg in the world, right? Which in this case is Serral, of course. If you would play a very safe build, like an overly safe build, and maybe even not a safe build, maybe a greedy build. If he would see that, he would always out-eco you every time. Like, you cannot possibly out-eco a Zerg while playing greedy. So playing safe in that way is kind of worse because it has a similar effect on the Zerg player. It means you're not going to be attacking anytime soon, but you're doing it without the eco. If I put it like that, it sounds absolutely horrible, right? And that's because it generally is. It's just, I don't know. Let's say at your MMR you get all-in by roaches like 70% of the games, then yeah, it might be a good idea to just open with a tank and get your 70% free wins. But typically, if you want to do a really good Terran builder, you would never open with Marines in a tank like that. There are some builds you can do with the Marines. You can go for a Hellbat timing attack. You can go for like a little bit of one of those classic double or triple prong builds, like Marine drop here, Hellions in the natural, Liberator in the third base, something like that, right? But Marines and a tank, like the thing is, those units just lose to Zerglings, so you can't actually cross the map. Marines without stim, they're not very good, guys. They're like Zerglings without speed, Zealots without charge. It's really nothing impressive, nothing to write home about. So that's not the unit composition you want early on. Now, I did really like my early 2 Zerglings that I made that game. They actually did so much work. They almost killed 2 SCVs, but they definitely did kill 1, and they delayed the command center forever, which was super nice. I'm going to go for a similar opening at least. The strategy is always going to be adapted after that, but the 4-queen or 3-queen opener with the Overlord speed is going to stay my staple for now. Now, I have to imagine the Reaper... This is actually a little annoying. I have to imagine the Reaper is going to come from this upper ramp, but I think the SCV is here. I didn't actually see the Reaper with my Overlord, so we're going to have to hope we will dodge it. I think I'm going the right path, but Yeah, sometimes you don't know. I'm really not an expert at pathing. Very often I get it wrong. So now the Reaper should have been in my base already. So this is a little suspicious. He could have kept it at home, or he could have not built a Reaper. Exactly. There we go. Luckily, I have these 2 Zerglings. They're going to save my Overlord. He's going to have to pull these Marines back, or he's going to lose this SCV. Looks like he is going to lose that SCV if I'm a bit lucky with the RNG, please. Yes, there we go. Okay, that actually makes a big difference. That's such a decent delay on that command center. Now, let me make another... Oh, okay, reactor... I didn't actually read that it was a reactor first. I'm actually quite happy that he showed me the extra Marines there, because now I know for sure that it's a reactor first. I think we're still going to go for Overlord speed, because reactor first could be a lot of things. I definitely think this kind of opening is going to put us in the danger zone, because reactor first can have the hardest hitting Hellbat builds. Well, maybe besides the Penguin Brothers. Any longtime Termi fan will know. Penguin Brothers, very, very powerful, actually. Besides being, that's one of my favorite things about the Penguin Brothers. Besides being an actual meme build, it's also actually powerful. But besides that, I think Reactor First is going to bring the strongest Hellbat all-ins. I think my answer should just be to make more queens, though. Instead of... Oh, he's actually here with his units. I mean, I can just deal with this with my... Did he just scan for that? He knows a scan is twice the price of the Overlord, right? Technically. That's actually funny. Scan for... Oh, wait. I forgot that was Overlord speed finishing. I thought it was my my 3rd queen. A little bit of a mistake by me. It's not going to cost me that much, though. It should be completely fine here. Looks like he's right-clicked on that queen. Maybe I can even save that queen. Look at this. Gonna pull the workers over here. Let's see if I can get the Lings in time. The Lings are gonna defend that, and this was a really good start of the game for me once again. Now, I don't quite know what his follow-up is going to be yet, but I guess we'll see. Let's get the Crypt Tumor over there. Looks like a Banshee. Banshee follow-up after this does surprise me a little bit. Usually people that do an opening like that want to get fast extra harassment, which usually would be either a Liberator or... a battlecruiser even. That's what I would build. I know that for sure. So I guess I'm just going to make a Spore over here too. Maybe I'll transfuse this queen at some point when the time comes, when this has enough energy. That could be quite nice. He's making a 3rd base now. I guess I don't really have to worry about too much. I can just keep my queens together. And now I might not even have to make additional queens because he didn't have an armory. He could always add an armory later. Actually, I'm going to make a lair here so I can get overseers at some point. Maybe I'll make a Spore here. It's actually one trick that I know. Oh, Cyclones. Could mean that we're going to go up against mech. People don't usually open with Cyclones anymore, so that could mean that we're going to be playing against mech. But one move that I really like to play as Terran is putting 2 Banshees here in between the Spores and then moving your Hellions back and forth. Because whenever you move your queens, the Banshees are just going to do a lot of free damage to them, right? So I really like that strategy. Now, let's see if he's still around there. He could be attacking me right now, and that could be painful. So let's just make sure. Is he still at home? It looks like he moved out, which means I'm going to send another queen over here. He does have another Banshee. I feel like my queens should be enough alone to defend this. Let's see. Oh, he actually came back with all of his Hellions. That's nice. It's going to buy me a little more time. I think we're going to go for the burrow strategy here. It's a bit of a questionable strat against Cyclones. You would never see a pro player use this, but I actually kind of like it, where you just burrow a lot of Zerglings somewhere, and if the Cyclones walk over them, it doesn't give the opportunity to kite, right? So that can actually end up being a very strong strategy. Let's see, it looks like he's here with a lot of stuff. I'm going to make an overseer already. I have enough queens to deal with this, of course. And now we might be able to run in. Did he finish the wall? He did not finish the wall yet. And this is going to be a very successful run by here, guys. We kill a couple of Hellions already. Do have to be careful I don't lose all of my stuff to a couple of Hellions, of course. Let's make sure to start my upgrades. And this was an incredibly successful run by. I think we, killed a bunch of workers, killed a couple of Hellions as well. Okay, this is... You know what? I think I'm going to have to do it. I'm going to have to do the spines. I don't really want to spend this much money on spines right now, but the truth is, if he's going to make that many Hellions with Blue Flame, my Zerglings are going to do absolutely nothing. So I think Queens and Spines is going to be the name of the game for now. Gonna click these into his 3rd base again. He's probably not going to expect me to keep running by like an absolute baboon. That's one of the good things about being a baboon. People think you're going to stop being a baboon at some point, even if you don't. Let's see. I guess I can burrow them. Oh, no. That is so annoying. Oh, he actually... I can't believe he chased those. Oh, that sucks. That's going to give away my strategy here. I mean, I don't think it necessarily has to be the end of the world, right? But it is going to give away my strategy, which sucks. He's going to track these perfectly again, at least for a little bit, it looks like. Now, he might try to go for a Hellbot attack because it looks like his units, exactly. His units stop moving there for a bit. So I can just transfer this a lot. This is going to be a pretty rough attack for him against all the spines, that is for sure. Despor is going to do a lot of work as well. And this is going to be yet another... Didn't quite manage to get the transfuse up there. Well, that Liberator is actually going to be a bit annoying. Going to have to send these over here. My Queens are going to get the job done. And we're going to kill another million SCVs on this side, which is really nice. He did move the Liberator in time. Let me move that Spore one more time as well. You didn't actually have Blue Flame with that, by the way. There's a little gap there. Oh, no, barely not going to be able to get through that, unfortunately. That would have been so nice, but we're not going to make it. Oh, I didn't quite transfuse that in time. That would have been very, very nice. Might be time for me to go for the big drop in the main, though. This hatchery is very peacefully building here, which is quite funny because it feels like everything else is in freaking flames at this point. But, I mean, I guess if it's going to get up, that is only nice for me. I'm going to make another spine over here, and then I'll click a million Zerglings into his main base. I do need to make sure I actually make links behind this as well. Wait, I should make another Spore here, right? I'm not quite sure if the Banshees died or not. It's very possible that he still has a couple Banshees on the map. Let's get this resaturated. Gonna send... Don't actually have that many Queens anymore, unfortunately. He could Yeah, exactly. That's 2 Banshees, so that means it's a little bit too much DPS. No. Stop freaking walking across the map. Why you always... Oh my goodness god, these Queens, they just hate me. I feel like someone is controlling this and all they're doing is just sending my Queens across the map because they know it happens to me every time. Where's my Overseer? I actually don't know where the Overseer is. These links in the main are going to be quite devastating, probably. I should be able to kill these Banshees just in time. Let's see, here we go. Maybe get one of those, doesn't look like it, and here we go. A million Zerglings in the main base. He's making double upgrades as well, which is pretty scary. I do get those Banshees because of the distraction. Guess I'll just burrow a bunch of Zerglings over here, make him scan. That would be quite nice. And then I'm going to rally the rest. Oh, I need to get all my Queens over here. There's something in my main base again. This time it is just another Liberator. He's going to try running past here, which is a very risky move for sure. He's actually going to get surrounded by all of the Zerglings that I had coming from everywhere. And now I can unburrow these links and actually get a crazy amount of damage done here. Look at this. These things are going to pop off. He doesn't realize that the drop is also happening in his third base. So he's also going to lose these units or these SCVs at the same time. I'm going to put them back in over here. And then maybe I can run into the natural if he's not paying attention. I'm going to be able to run into the natural. I'm going to drop into the main base as well. At the same time, rallies are going to come over here in the third. And our opponent is really losing every single freaking SCV right now. Now, I need to make sure that I don't literally only have Zerglings, because if I do, we're going to die to the Blue Flame. What the hell are you guys doing? Why is there a couple of drones just freaking hard chilling here? Now I'm going to unburrow these again. The good news about this for me is that I have these drop alerts over here, so I can actually just ferry these over to the main base again. Now it might be time for me to actually start going for the Infestation Pit. That command center is building, which is very nice for us. I'm actually going to drop into the main base one more time. He is going to see that coming this time, but I can always just fake it, because why the hell not? Get into this again. Let's see if I can also force this to fly off. That'd be very nice. Let's see. He's going to have to fly it rather fast. I'm going to burrow a couple of links under there. Maybe I can... Wait, if he's not paying attention, I can get this to see. Look at this command center, guys. I'm actually... Oh, it's almost died. Okay, I'm going to burrow these as well. If I press the right hotkey this time, we are going to be able to burrow those. Probably should start a couple more Queens over here. These Zerglings are absolutely popping off as well at the same time. And he can't actually land this command center anymore, guys, which is freaking brutal for him. I'm actually going to load up these links one more time. And here you can see that sometimes all you need is just one big move, and all of a sudden you're just freaking destroying, right? Like, he was doing so well, and all of a sudden I got in there. I guess I'm just going to kill some tech labs and stuff, because why the hell not? Maybe I can bait him away from his mineral line. That'd be nice. I got this one more time. Let's try to target that. Now he thinks he finally has cleaned this up. He's going to have to lift this again. And I'm going to burrow Zerglings under that base one more time, of course. Got a couple more legs coming in here. Dude, this has been the most elaborate torture, like, in a very long time, I think. Like, this is just painful for this guy. I do have to check if if he doesn't have a hidden base somewhere. That could be one of the things that could be keeping him in this game, of course. Let's saturate those gases for now. And then I think we might be heading towards a final attack pretty soon. It is pretty tough to finish someone with Blue Flame Hellbats when you only have Lings and Infestors. That is for sure. But I think if I get the Infestors together, that should be quite nice. I guess... Did he make a turret or something? Actually, I don't know why these actually got attacked. Now, let's see. He's definitely being a little... Like, I would have rage quit this game ages ago for sure, because this is just... It's a misplaced hatchery. This is just freaking brutal. I'm actually going to try to go for the surround because I need to get a trade at some point. Like, I know this is not a winning trade, of course, but at some point I'm going to have to kill these, so I might as well just keep making the trade. I do have Infestor somewhere. Actually, I have no idea where they are at this point. I guess they were just walking across the map. He does have either a Viking or a couple of Vikings, not quite sure. I'm going to run by these again. These are... Okay, wait. Maybe he still has units. It actually... Wait, did I not correct this? I think I might have not corrected that. There we go. He still has a couple units in the main, which actually does surprise me, I have to say. Let's see if he's trying to take this base again. He has drilling claws now. Okay, that is also a little bit surprising. I guess it makes sense. I'm going to burrow these over here. He does have a Raven now, which sucks for us. The burrow play is not going to work much longer. But I am going to be able to drop into the main base one more time. I'm going to click these in his natural. Let's see. I'm just going to unload this a little early. Going to try to kill his SCVs. I'm going to get my Lings into his natural once again. And here, maybe I could burrow just these two. That would be nice. I'm going to burrow these over here. And then I'll try to run into that base again. Let's see. Maybe I can actually kill the freaking command center this time. No, he is going to lift it off, unfortunately for us. I do at some point have an overseer coming. Exactly. There we go. I'm barely not going to be able to kill that mine. I guess I'll just drop some fungals on his units for now. Actually, I'm just going to try to run into his base again, because why the hell not? Don't want these Zerglings to all die instantly. Going to try to fight only when it's fungal. There we go. Those Helmets are barely going to die, I think, to my units. He does still have a lot of Hellions. I barely have one fungal. Watch this. If he gets a little bit too confident. Oh, no, he still has a couple of Hellbats in the back there. Yeah, this is when it gets tough, because I cannot actually kill these units very easily, like, at all, without going for mass Infestor. So I guess that is probably the next thing on the menu here. I actually wonder how many workers this guy has. I burrowed that, but that's obviously not going to do much. Now, he's going to attack me, which is... He's actually going to go back again. Doesn't this guy... Like, this guy must have played against Zerg before in his life. Doesn't he wonder how many freaking bases I have at this point and stuff? But, like, normally if you see this, Zerg is already at 8,000 bases, you know what I mean? But he's still like, no, I got 20 SCVs and some meals. I think we can keep macroing out of this one. You know what I'm going to do, guys? I think I'm going to do something that I should have done a while ago, and that is go for Neural Parasite. And I'm going to neural the freaking Hellbats. There we go. It might seem like a very cheap unit to neural, but I actually think it is a pretty good play. He's going to see that I have this base now. There's actually nothing on there, which might surprise him, but I guess it is what it is. Let's see. There's a lot of units over here. I'm just going to fight this base again. Why not? And then I hopefully have my freaking Infestors coming at some point. Let me just do some crazy splits here. Hopefully not take too much damage. Going to make sure to fungal these so he can't actually escape with these Cyclones. Going to be a nice pickup on the Cyclones there. Sadly, didn't get more workers this time, but it is what it is. Guess I'll just... Oh, a fungal here could be very, very nice. There we go. That means he is going to be stuck with those, and he is going to lose those. Hope I can barely dodge that Liberator. Isn't going to be the case, but this Queen is going to stay alive, which is nice. Going to drop a fungal on those Hellions, which means those Hellions are... Well, I actually morphed them in Hellbats in time. Like, I just need a couple of freaking Neurals so I can take care of these freaking Hell... It's actually crazy, right? Like, if you just have Lings, the Hellbats actually just kill you forever. Like, it is actually freaking insane. It really is. Now, I'm going to use these again. These he probably isn't going to expect, because they aren't coming from the frontal push. He's going to lose the workers here. He's going to lose... Oh, no, actually... Oh, I clicked those away on accident. I guess I had them hotkeyed or something. That definitely does suck for us. Those could have taken care of that entire base. At least that entire base worth of SCVs. Now, at this point, we... Like, these... Can I kill these? I don't even know. I'm going to have to use my Queens just to kill 2 Hellbats. That's actually so sad. That's actually devastating. I'm devastated right now. You might not be able to see it, but I'm devastated. Let's see. Oh, here's a couple of those guys over here. Should be able to take a decent fight as long as they're, not in Hellbat mode. Actually, I think if I rally my Link slowly enough, I'm going to be able to kill that. As long as he doesn't get max splash damage for every Hellbat hit. Dude, not even my Queens can solve this. Freaking Medevac is just carrying him so freaking hard right now. Okay, it's almost gonna kill my Infestor. Dude, these two Hellbats have done more damage than, like, every single other unit he's... Like, literally, I feel like he's made, like, 100 Cyclones, and these Hellbats have done more than all of them combined. I think it's a good moment to go for another Ling drop into the main base. And you guys might remember me losing a game to a Terran where he just did like some kind of blue flame. It was a very weird blue flame tank timing or something. I think now everyone is going to understand why I lost this game, because this is actually just ridiculous. Like, how good these Hellbats are is actually just insane against my Zerglings. The best thing I can do is neural them. That's literally my only good move here. Literally. Like, I can't do anything else but neural these Hellbats. And even then, okay, they barely died. Thank goodness. That is nice. Now, I do have a lot of Infestors at this point. I'm getting a little tired of dealing with these freaking drops. I guess I'll just neural a bunch of these and make them attack each other. Here we go. Actually, this is the most damage I've done to these Hellbats in ages, is make them fight each other. Here we go. Kill each other, please, guys. I'm getting tired of this stuff. Here we go. Finally. Finally, we have killed one. Or multiple. God. Guess I'm gonna have to move one spine a little closer so I don't die to that freaking Hellbat. Dude, even this one thing alone is quite struggling. Let's see, it's gonna be another Hellbat drop. At this point, I'm kind of starting to doubt whether we are still gonna win this game. Before, I was 100% sure. Now I'm actually not 100% sure anymore, because like, my units just can't do anything against the freaking Hellbats. Like, I wish I was exaggerating, but there is absolutely nothing they can do. Like, literally just neuroling the Hellbats is all I can freaking do, which is just brutal. Like, moves like this are just... I feel like I need 5,000 IQ to deal with this stuff, you know? Luckily, I have 6,000, if only. Oh, he's gonna try to do this. I guess I'll just neural all your guys. Here you go. I guess I'll just use the Terran units. What else can I do, right, guys? Can you guys, like... kill each other? Thank you, that's beautiful. Okay, here we go. I mean, that's actually funny. This is the first time I have dealt with his stuff efficiently, and it's because I'm using his units. It's so stupid. Actually, so stupid. Now, at least I got a Ling drop again, finally. That Liberator looks like it is going to die, which is nice. He does have a bunch of stuff on the map. I'm still losing drones. Oh no, I guess it was just to that one freaking thing still. He stopped making Cyclones entirely, right? He's just... Why is he make... Oh no, please. Do not... Can you unburrow, please? Thank you. If he's not going to morph them into Hellbats, he might actually lose them to the Fungals, by the way. I have no idea why on earth he's making a Ghost Academy, I'll be honest. Like, I really don't know why. He's absolutely destroying me by making Hellions. Literally just Hellions. He doesn't need anything else. It's Hellions that he's building. And then he's going to go for something as advanced as a Ghost Academy. Now, this might end up being the biggest banger of the century, because I still don't have an answer to these freaking mass Hellions, man. Oh my god, this is... starting to get stressed out a little bit here, not gonna lie. So these can't really do anything. I think he does have this base. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I think we're actually losing this game. Call me crazy, but what am I gonna do, right? I think we might actually be losing this freaking game right now. I'm gonna have to go for one attack. And, like, with this attack, if I neural all of his stuff, then we're gonna... Oh, wait. If I neural his Hellions here, we're gonna be able to kill all of his SCVs. Okay, wait. This is exactly what I needed. And I'm gonna neural more of these units just so they attack each other. Look at this. These Hellions are gonna kill all of his own Hellions. Infestors aren't light, by the way. So they don't actually take bonus damage from these things. And, okay, this is the first time when we have looked a little... potential-ful. I know that's not a word, but I think you guys know what I mean. Okay, so that base is pretty much screwed. I can't really do much about that. He is making Infestors to EMP my stuff. I actually took over his Ghost, which is really nice because Ghosts also do bonus damage against light. So he's once again just going to be killing his own stuff for the most part. Now, at this point, I have to start killing my own units, which is his Hellions. GG is going to have to be called. Oh, man, stress. This is what stress looks like, guys. Getting up to 150 supply against a dude with 3.5 SCVs and almost losing because I can only make Lings against 3-2 freaking Hellbats with Medivacs. Oh my goodness, I'm so glad we won this game. I was just getting my confidence back. I do think this is one of those games where we should just kind of play like what we did in the last game of the last episode against the Protoss, where we sit back more, just do Ling drops and not try to attack, because the attacking it just does absolutely nothing against the Hellbats. Blue Flame Hellbats really is the hardest counter we've seen so far, more than Colossus or anything we've seen. And I even feel kind of frustrated. I almost feel like I lost this game because I was so far ahead. But that's going to be it for today. Hope you guys had a fantastic time. If you did, give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, and see y'all for the next one. Adios.